I have to wonder, if we would have gone to trial and Hunter Johnson would have taken the stand, would Ann Taylor have asked him why he lied about the knife? Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer, everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. All right, the other day in a live, I was reminding people in the chat all of the things that I still needed to go in and look at. And we got on the subject of Emily claiming that when she went up the stairs from the bottom floor of the home onto the second floor, that there was a knife on the floor on the stair landing at the top of the step.
The only thing, there was a knife on the floor, right? Immediately when I walked in.
So explain to me.
Which, I mean, like, that could be normal, but you walk in, you go up the stairs right here, and then it's the living room. You go down this hallway and it's Xana's room. There was a knife right there on the floor.
Like in front of their room?
In front of, just at the top of the stairs.
Top of the stairs.
Which I don't know why there would be.
What kind of knife? Do you remember?
Like a steak knife.
She's the only person to say that. The only thing that we have been told, so far at least, until the body cams came out and gave us a different story, was that when Hunter Johnson went inside the home, that he grabbed a knife from the kitchen as he walked around to check the house, so he says. But here on page 70, my thingy just fell. Here on page 70 in the book, and again, this is apparently interviews that were done from the Amazon Prime series where everyone's face is on the camera. He takes in Ethan on the bed behind her facing towards the wall, which isn't true because, he said out of his own face that he didn't even notice Ethan at first. He doesn't go any farther into the house. He turns around, goes downstairs, and says as calmly as he can to Dylan and Bethany, call 911 and stay outside. He takes a breath, goes back up the stairs, and heads to the kitchen across the hall from Xana's room. He opens a drawer and takes out a kitchen knife. He's terrified. Then it says that he's about to go into Xana's room when he hears someone coming up the stairs, and it's Emily, and that's whenever he stops her. Up until Officer Nunes actually walks in. As you know, he is the first responder, and then right after him came Eric Warner. Now, I'm going to play you the clips of Warner and Nunes side by side, or, at least on the same screen. One's up top, one's on the bottom. And I'm going to have things pop in and out that shows where the knife is being seen when it's not on the ground anymore, so that you can see what we're talking about. Some people have been talking about this for a while since the body cams came out. Again, there's been so much coming out, so much needing to be caught up on. This was just one of those things on the very, very long list. So now we're going to put it all together. And I still have some remaining questions about something that links to this in a way because of where the knife ended up, which is on that table in the living room where the red Solo cups are. That's where I have another question that I'm going to ask you guys at the end of this video. I finished this whole video and completely forgot until I heard myself saying this in edit. Okay, let me just go ahead and slip this in right here. Several people have commented that there's a few creators, and I know the names, but I'm not going to say the names because I want to make sure you guys are giving me the right information organically, okay? A few people are apparently out there claiming that there's information in that big over 2,300 page Idaho State Police Department Forensic Services drop that says that the blood smear on the table is Kaylee's. Now, I looked myself. I recorded myself looking. I looked in a very specific way. The way that I do things is I load everything and I Control F and then I have it find me keywords. I wait until all of the dots accumulate all the way to the bottom before I even start looking at them. In doing so, I looked up knife, and the only knife that's in there is the knife sheath. So even this knife right here that we are talking about in this video does not seem to be a part of any of the actual forensic analytics that we received. It doesn't look like there was any testing or anything done on it whatsoever. Now, we know they took photos of it, and I'm pretty sure they probably turned it in as evidence. I'm sure it got collected, but it doesn't seem like they ever sent it off for anything to be done with it because, again, if you control F on this document, this over 2,300 pages, it's only the knife sheath that populates when you look up the word knife. Now, I looked up the word table. There are 2 tables that are mentioned. One is a study table on the second floor, and the other one is the table in the living room. They actually label it the living room table. I just don't know if that actually means the long table where the knife was actually found and where the red cups are, or if it means that little table next to the couch. Now, when it comes to this little study table on the second floor, I also don't know if that means a table in Xana's room, or if it means it's a side table by the couch, or if it means the long table. They're not being very specific. So when it came to trying to figure out what the positive blood tests were on both of those tables, I looked with their item numbers. I looked with their new forensic number that starts with an M and has the underscores, the same way that we did to look at the DNA amounts on the knife sheath. If you were here for those videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or even if you looked at the documents, you know exactly what I mean. I was searching for everything that I possibly could to find this, and I can't find it. If it's a written note, that's not going to populate when I control F to look for a word because it's a photograph and not a written out document. It's not going to populate, and I haven't seen it yet. I still need to go through a lot of these documents still. But I don't think that anything analytical that would say that something tested positive for blood and it's also this person's blood and here's the proof would be in a handwritten note. It would be in a printed out paper. So I don't know if it just missed it. If I missed it, I don't know. So if somebody could direct me to who exactly is showing the actual proof of this in their videos, giving the page numbers, showing exactly how they found this. I don't care if you put it in the comments. I'm not one of those who gets mad about other people being mentioned. So if you could tell me the person and the name of the video, that'd be perfect. No links, because I don't click links. But if you give me thumbnail, person, name of the freaking videos, that'd be perfect so that I can go look myself. And again, I recorded me looking. It's just literally me off camera because I'm doing my makeup to get ready to do recording stuff. So it's just a screen and then I'm talking. But I couldn't find anything. And I looked several different ways, like I said. So I don't know. I'm curious. I'm trying to figure it out myself because to get the most factual information for where blood was found and whose blood was found where, that will help tell the story. So I'm really curious and I honestly want to know, especially now that we see what we're seeing right here. And if this is just a tall tale, then that's not okay whenever there's already a million different problems here. But if it's a legitimate situation, then more people need to be talking about it. More people need to be asking the questions. And eventually, we're going to have to ask the court these questions. We can't just sit here and be like, holy crap, why did nobody ever say anything about Hunter never saying anything about the knife being on the ground to the cop or anybody else? It's like he is just glad he got away with nobody noticing it because he's not mentioning it. But would he have admitted it if they would have said anything? When they wrote the reports, did they not go back in and watch their body cam? I mean, obviously, Warner's wouldn't have seen it. It would have literally been only on Noon's. I'm going to need to go into the report and see who actually reviewed and signed off on Noon's report for this. I'll have it in the screen here somewhere once I figure it out. Because they're also responsible for double checking its accuracy, right? That's wild that it's not even mentioned. I'm telling you right now, Noon's never even knew about it. But yeah, if you guys can let me know who and title and where, perfect. Okay, love you, bye. Let me go ahead and play these clips together so that you can get a visual of what we're talking about.
Responding repeats advising the patient is not conscious, not breathing.
Where's she at? Yep. Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
Where at? Up here?
Up here. You got it all from that's I checking here so you can write this down. And I'd like to see you agree that she's and I didn't check them yet, but
I'm 13. Okay, get back.
I don't know if they're still in here or not. And I grabbed the knife.
1370. Okay, stay back there, please. Fuck.
Upstairs.
Slow down. Just come here. There's two. Looks like fatalities. Dude.
What's he got there? Make sure.
Yeah, they're.
Did you find them?
Yeah, the roommates called me this morning
Okay.
to come check because they thought they saw someone in here last night and they went into their rooms. I came over when they called and I opened the door and I saw that.
Okay. Let's go ahead and step downstairs here. Is there anybody else upstairs or anybody else?
I don't
up
know.
here? Don't touch anything. Don't touch it.
I grabbed that knife in the kitchen because when I went in there, I didn't know if there was someone in there. But
Okay.
I just grabbed it to make sure.
You got your ID with you?
No, I can tell you my name.
Now, in Hunter's interview, and when he speaks right here to the officer, he doesn't mention anything about dropping it on the ground and having to pick it back up or anything. At this point, I don't even know if Officer Nunes noticed that it was on the floor. Because to me, if you're rushing in and you're trying to get to someone who's unconscious and you have a defibrillator and you're trying to rescue them, because that's his mindset at this point in time, going up the stairs and meeting up with Hunter. You're looking at the person that can direct you on where you need to go, and you're going. So I would love to know if it was even noticed, but I'm going to assume it wasn't because it's not in the report. Now, the next portion I'm going to play for you is Bethany's interview where she speaks about the knife. This is where she says that from what she understands, it was a set that was bought from IKEA. It sounds like maybe she's taking responsibility for being the one who bought the set for the house. But she does say she did not see him go into the kitchen and actually grab this.
Did anybody grab anything this time and walk through the house?
Oh, grabbed a knife.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that to us. But you didn't
Where-
show up with a knife?
Mm-mm.
Okay, what kind of kitchen knives did you have in the house?
Just some from like IKEA and then some other ones.
Do you remember what color they are?
There was like a blue, a gray, a green. That's all I can remember.
Okay. Are they normal kitchen knives, steak knives? Do you remember what they are?
Just cooking. I don't know.
And where do you keep them?
Just in a drawer with all the silverware.
And so if I walk into your kitchen, kind of located, because if I walk in, fridge is on my right, dishwasher's right in front of me, stove's on the left, and the sink is kind of in a corner a little bit, right next to the stove.
It's like in between the microwave and the sink, I'd say. And like a drawer.
Okay. I think I remember what you're talking now.
So did he grab a knife from there,
Mm-hmm.
or did he bring it to
He
the house?
grabbed it from there.
And you didn't see him do this though, right?
No, but I think I remember the color and it was gray, but I remember he said he was going to go get something.
Okay. And that's as he was walking back upstairs, he said he was going to go get something? Or prior to you guys even going upstairs?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Was this a set that someone bought, or were there individual knives?
Well, This one was a set, but there was also individual ones.
Do you remember how many were in the set?
Maybe 5.
If they were bought in IKEA,
Mm-hmm.
who bought them?
I did, or like our family.
So you could recognize the set again.
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy that here before you moved up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I pretty much know what happened after that.
Now, I'll just say this. Given that no one has come forward and said that they saw Hunter actually go into the kitchen and grab this knife, given that the body cams show that as Hunter is at the top of the step and the officer is coming in, the knife is already on the ground. Now, we can assume that it was on the ground as he was downstairs waiting for the officer to show up. We don't hear anything fall, and it doesn't seem like the officer is acknowledging Hunter crouching down or anything like that. Again, Noons is pretty much just like oblivious to what's happening on the ground. So I'm not really quite understanding how it got on the floor if it is a knife that Hunter grabbed from the kitchen for protection, because nothing's really adding up to what he's telling us. He's never saying in his interview or anywhere else that he dropped it. And at first I was like, okay, well, maybe the police officer coming up the stairs startled him, so he dropped it. But no, he was downstairs to meet with the officer, so that ixnayed that. I don't know. So I have to ask, do we know for sure if he actually grabbed it from the kitchen or if it came with him? Now, Bethany's asked that, but she can't answer that question either because she doesn't know. She doesn't know if he had it on him already because she can't say she saw him get it out of the kitchen. We don't know. And then I have to question what Lyndon Beck stated in his interview, that while he was at Emily and Josie's place, where Hunter was supposed to also be, in that 3 to 5 a.m. time period, he's not claiming to even remember, again, just a few hours later, all on 11/13, okay? He doesn't remember if Hunter is in Emily's bed as Emily and Josie are awake with him, because he says he was up with the girls, meaning no other boy, not up with the people, not up with whatever. He's up with the girls. He makes it very specific he was up with the girls. Then there's a very long pause, and he says this.
When was that time before that you saw?
I was up with and Jack at like 3.
So that you were hanging out with the girls at that point?
Yeah.
Was Hunter there?
Yeah, he was sleeping in the bed.
Okay.
Or he was at his apartment, I'm not sure. I remember being there though.
So I don't know. These are things that are actual case facts that I'm asking questions about. If this person was there, can't actually remember if Hunter was with them or not, just hours before the situation took place, at the exact time they're telling us that the situation took place, between 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning. And now we have this situation where he's not being honest about the knife. Never mind the fact that he met up with the Chapins right before they apparently took off for Mexico, they being Emily and Hunter, because apparently her parents were already out of the country. And the cops thought it was a good idea to let them leave the country a few days after the crime took place. Now, again, according to the book, the very wrong James Patterson book that's apparently linked and associated with the Amazon Prime series, where we saw Emily and Josie and Hunter and the Chapins all speaking. They, meaning again Hunter and Emily, drove up to meet the Chapins on the 15th, right before they took off out of the country. Again, that's weird to me, and coupled with what we are now seeing on the body cam, what Lyndon Beck is claiming about not really knowing for sure if Hunter was there or not, and it's the time of the crime. I understand that we're also being told that Josie apparently forgot her phone outside and she had to go outside and get it. And that once she came back in the house, Hunter locked the door, and Emily makes a big deal about him locking the door. But Lyndon Beck does not have the same story. I find that strange. I don't know. It's odd to me. Again, this is the same day, just hours afterwards. To me, it's important. But I want to know what you guys are thinking now that we are seeing this. Again, these are not made up things. These are actual case facts that I am presenting together and asking questions and giving opinions based on very real things that have item numbers and evidence files and all the things, okay, security logs. I don't even need to keep explaining it. These are real things. So now we have real questions. But again, let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. And please don't forget that I do have a second channel. It looks like this. I finally changed it to my original name on here so that it was easier for you guys to know that it was me. So Jules of All Trades, that's my personal channel. I'm just going to do random stuff on there, stuff about the cat, stuff about the dogs, opinions and things about what's going on with this insanity. I have 2 new videos over there right now. I have links for those down in the description box. But again, let me know what you were thinking about this down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And please don't forget to make sure that the notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.